Okay, so we've got some good news. Last night they've got another promo for Big Brother VIP. This is going to be so good. They're going to have Thomas Markle Jr. and Caitlyn Jenner and Omarosa. There's going to be heaps of gossip. So let's get stuck into it. Get the headphones on and play the clip, and I'll commentate on what I'm seeing as we go along. So first of all, if I first see this image and I'm talking about it, I know some people like to say, "Oh, you got to say that's Caitlyn Jenner." No, that's Bruce Jenner. I like to compartmentalize. If that's talking about the Olympics, if I was talking to Caitlyn, I'd say that's Bruce. Right? I don't know. That's just me. There's another example of a trans athlete in a famous cyclist called Robert Miller, and he transitioned and became Philippa York. But whenever I see the cycling, I always say that's Robert Miller. I don't say that's Philippa York. So just to clear that up, that's my stance. You can argue if you like, but you're wrong.
I won Olympic decathlon gold.
Come on, that's Bruce. Come on.
Grew up with the Kardashian group.
Bruce.
Won Glamour's Woman of the Year.
One Woman of the Year as Caitlyn. That's the way I see it. All right.
I've gone through a lot in my life. That's an understatement. Oh boy, here we go.
Hello, Caitlyn. Welcome to my hotel. My cameras have been keeping up with every little secret.
Are you as excited as me? I'm going to tell you when it starts. Right at the end, they tell you when it starts, and it's not too far away, so stay tuned. About Kanye.
You know, he pulls the strings.
What the hell?
Oh, you wouldn't think that. Kanye pulls all the strings. You'd think that Kim would pull all the strings.
There he was, standing right behind me.
Kanye had set that all up.
That's crazy.
No idea. What did Kanye do? Anyone's guess. Leave your comments below. What do you think Kanye did?
Donald Trump asked you to be a political aide.
Assistant to the president.
And boy, did she blow it. People that worked at the White House are all working on my campaign. I know every little secret.
So that's amazing. So basically, everyone from Donald Trump's campaign came over to Caitlyn's campaign for governor of California. So that's like he knows. Well, she knows. Every time I hear Caitlyn, I think of Bruce because of the voice. So Caitlyn knows every little secret from the White House. So it's going to be very interesting how much is going to be told. Now, OJ Simpson, I did not think that Caitlyn would be able to talk about OJ Simpson, but apparently, yes.
Oh, the OJ trial. Obviously, he did it. And
What? Obviously, he did it. That's going to ruffle a few feathers. I think most of us think he did it, but I know in the black community they sort of think he was innocent. So this is going to cause a lot of troubles, eh?
and he got away with it.
Got away with it? Oh my
I
God!
was at Nicole's house 2 days before the murder. He even told Nicole.
Oh my God! So he was talking to Nicole Simpson before she got murdered, and obviously OJ said something to her. So they're saying, what did he say? What did they say to OJ?
Big Brother VIP on 7 and 7 Plus. My hotel opens Monday, November 1.
That's incredible. Monday, November 1. I thought it was going to be like middle of November or something, but that's so close. That's only like, oh, geez, how many days are there in October? 30, isn't there? So 10 days away. About a week and a half. So that is going to be so good. I'm looking forward to it. I wanted to talk about Thomas Markle Jr. as well, because I was under the impression that Thomas Markle Jr. actually lived with Meghan for quite a while, but I'm finding it difficult to find information when he actually left home and that sort of thing. There was no pictures. There's no pictures of him with Meghan, so I'm going to take Thomas Markle's assessment of Meghan with a grain of salt. I'm sure he got the inside gossip because he's part of the family and. But it's a bit like Chinese whispers, isn't it? Unless you're right there in the family and living with Meghan, you've got to take with a bit of grain of salt what comes out of his mouth. But I'm going to sit on the fence here, guys. I can't. If he starts revealing things during the show, and backs up stories and everything, or tells stories about growing up with Meghan, and he'll probably gain some credibility with me. But at the moment, seems like I think there was a 14-year difference. She was born in 1981. I think he's 55. So is that, so 10 years? About right. It's about 14 years different or something. So I know there was a story about how Thomas Markle Jr.'s friends were smoking weed, and Meghan was like in a little high chair, so she would have only been a couple of years old, and he was a teenager. So yeah, so obviously he didn't really know her too well. Like knew her growing up as a baby, but not as in the teenage years. I think he was would have been married, so wouldn't have spent too much time with her. And I think Meghan used to be shuffled between her mum and dad and that sort of thing, so spent a lot of time living with her dad, as we know, until she went to college. So my rank of people that know Meghan well would be probably her mum, probably her dad the most, then her mum, and then maybe Thomas Jr. Samantha doesn't really figure too much in it as well. So it's going to be very interesting. Leave your comments below, because I'm having trouble finding pictures of Thomas with Meghan, Thomas Markle Jr., and also any solid evidence that they actually spent a lot of time together, because Thomas claims that they were really close, so there's going to be evidence to back that up. I'm not seeing it. So anyone that's got some evidence, leave your comments below. Any links, I'd appreciate it, so I can fill in the gaps. Was it in Andrew Morton's book? I might need to get the book and have a bit of a read myself. But at the moment, I'm going to take Thomas Markle Jr.'s appearance in Big Brother VIP as purely entertainment for now. Credibility low. I think there's a lot of family dramas that were going on there. Definitely something amiss there. I can see why Meghan probably didn't. There's probably, what I think. This is what I really think. I think Meghan thought that Thomas Markle Jr., Samantha, and Thomas Markle Sr. were a little bit loose cannons, and she didn't know how they were going to behave during the wedding. So that's why I think that she tried to avoid him, and I think she's been trying to avoid him ever since, trying to sort of push them out of her life, because they are quite unpredictable and controversial. So I think she thinks about her image too much. She's not very loyal to her family, and maybe there's a lot of reasons. There's probably a lot of backstories we're not hearing at all as well. Lots of little family stories, a lot of dirty laundry that could come out, and I think she's scared. And I think she is trying to punish Thomas Markle Sr. by withholding the grandchildren from him as a form of punishment. It's like, there's a bit of a Mexican standoff there, pun intended, because he's in Mexico, whereas he's sort of saying, I'm going to keep talking to the press until you start talking to me, and she's sort of giving him the silent treatment. It's like, well, I'm not going to talk to you until you stop talking to the press, and you're not going to see the kids, grandkids. So I think, personally, that's what I think is happening right there. So it's a bit of childish behaviour on Meghan's part. But also, Thomas, I think, did shut his mouth for a while, and Meghan didn't come around. So what's he going to do? He's going to keep talking to the press, isn't he? So there you go. Leave your comments below. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.